At C&B Linen, fast, friendly, and reliable service is our promise to you. Because you're not just a customer, you're family. From multi-use linen to branded floor coverings and a complete range of cleaning supplies, C&B Linen is here to make sure you have everything you need. From our high-quality products to our fast, friendly, and reliable service, you'll experience the difference with C&B Linen. Because you're not just a client, you're part of our family. You'll be winning with C&B Linen.
This is the Property of the Week from Hood Company Real Estate in Lawrenceburg. There is room for everyone in this beautiful and roomy ranch-style home that has a brand new roof. Featuring 5 bedrooms and 4 baths, a formal entry, living room, extra-large den, dining room, kitchen with built-in pantry space, and more. In addition to over 3,000 square feet of living space, you'll find a 408 square foot sunroom at the back of the house with beautiful windows overlooking a private backyard. For more on this property, check out hoodcompanyhome.com.
For the best meal from south of the border, head to Cocina Real in Puente Grande for lunch and dinner. With a wide array of mouth-watering entrees, there's something for everyone on the menu. And you can't forget the cheese dip. They'll treat you like family, and you'll never leave hungry. Make Cocina Real Mexican Restaurant and Puente Grande Mexican Restaurant your choice for authentic cuisine, located in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
All right, welcome everybody back here to X Sports Live. Not in the studio because Ben Luna just had to tear something up again.
Way to go, Ben.
Just had
But
to
hey,
do it.
It's going to look good, though.
I'm not bad with it, guys. I mean, it's a beautiful evening.
Yeah.
We're sitting under AJ's back porch.
Looks good.
This is the Backporch sessions. This is where we're going to be all summer. Going to be doing them on Thursday night for the summer. Doing it tonight because we have the Hall of Fame. We got the LCSS Sports Recognition X Sports Awards coming up tomorrow night. So we're having to move it up a night. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the shot. Looks pretty good. I mean, once the sun goes down a little bit.
Oh yeah, once the sun goes down,
Yeah.
look a little better.
A little bit
But
better. But yeah, we're just hanging out on my back porch.
Talking
Just chilling,
sports.
Talking
Yep.
sports.
Talking sports, man.
Nothing better.
Man, we've got a lot to talk about.
And it feels, doesn't it feel great?
It
feels
great,
good.
man.
This is summer.
Yes.
This is summer.
This kind of feels like spring. I mean, are we still in late spring technically?
I mean, I think
Or
we're
what
hit,
we
I
got
think we've hit
going on?
summer.
Yeah, I think, yeah. If it's not summer, then it's close enough to summer.
But it feels amazing out here. It really is amazing. The guys, it's been a while since we've done one of these, mainly because we've been so busy. We've been all over the place. You know,
Yes.
we've had tournaments, region, district, state
States,
tournaments.
yep.
And, we're going to start things off with a big story. Happened this past Friday night. Loretto Mustangs, the baseball program, brought home its second state title. Hayden and I got to see them in person. They looked really good. I mean, just incredible what they've done. They caught fire at the right time. They were pretty much really good all season long, but you didn't really know how good they were until they got up to that upper level competition, looked dominant, and now they're our Class 2A state champions.
Yes, hats off to them. I got to call the sectional game with Michael down in Loretto to get them to Murfreesboro, so I did get to see a little bit of it, of the postseason. And, hey, they top to bottom, it was really fun to watch them. Coach Curtis and his staff have done a really good job. Hats off to the seniors. They've had a really good career at Loretto. Got several of them going on to the next level. So kind of anxious to see where that takes them. And Loretta's, they're here, guys.
Yeah.
they're not going away anytime soon.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, second state championship within their school programs. First 2A state championship. Their first one was a single A.
Yep.
But, I mean, just from top to bottom, what I really liked about was they were real consistent. I covered them a lot this year, and just to see, at first I was kind of concerned whenever I saw the bracket come out because there were some really good teams in their section of the tournament. But, I mean, they just went right through them, and they found Huntington in the finals, and then they just took care of business. It got a little scary at the end there, but, you know, from the first man all the way down to the ninth man in the lineup, they were all locked in, ready to go.
And I'll tell you what I thought was impressive, not just their pitching, but the whole get a runner in scoring position and score the run.
Right.
Yep.
Right. And found different ways to do it.
Yeah,
Yep.
and it wasn't just one. It's 1 through 9, like you said.
Yep.
But when they needed a home run,
You got it.
they got it. If they needed a double, they got it. You know, if they needed a strikeout, they had. I mean, it was all put together at the right time.
Yeah. And how about, I mean, you had seniors step up, you had sophomores, you had juniors. I mean, contributions up and down that lineup, up and down that pitching staff. Look at what Lucas Laxey did. Mason Tidwell starts their second game, hurts his elbow, but I mean, he had 4 home runs this year, all of them in the postseason,
Yeah.
state or beyond.
Yes.
Including the state championship.
The next game after he got hurt had a home run in
Yeah.
the top of the
A
first.
two-run homer that really, I mean, kind of separated them and Milan. And Milan was out of gas. I think Loretto would have won that game even
Yeah.
if they had a full tank
Right.
anyways.
Yeah.
Because they've just been playing so good. But you know, Lucas Laxton comes in. He's their closer, and he goes 6 innings.
Yeah.
And he had a couple rough spots, but other than that, he got a lot of ground balls, a lot of swings and misses. Stayed consistent. I mean, just top to bottom. What seniors, juniors, sophomores, everyone stepped up and did big things.
And really, that team, if you look at it, I mean, they had 3 catchers.
Yeah.
You know, Seymour caught, and then you had Miles caught, and then
The Ellis,
kid caught, and then then you got Carter Daniel at first base, and then he's pitching, and then you got Mason over here, and you got everybody just bouncing around, and that's impressive and to do it at that level and to win.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of teams have to move their kids around because it's all you got, but they done it and just kept winning. So, like I said, hats off to Coach Curtis and his staff. I mean, they're doing a phenomenal job down there.
Yeah, and one thing I think that AJ and we talked about it every time we saw a Loretto game, it always felt like when they were scoring runs, 2-out rallies.
Yeah.
2-out rallies, it always
part of
felt like they
baseball.
found a way to score whenever there were 2 outs an inning. They were able to put a runner in position to score when it came to being on second or third, got them in, and that's why they're the Class 2A state champs.
Sure.
Yeah, and it just looks so good, looks so comfortable playing at NTSU. That can be somewhat of an intimidating atmosphere.
Oh.
Because it's like a minor league ballpark.
Yeah.
Pretty much. You know, you got the football stadium there. You got that wall of champions. And, I mean, you have Mason Tidwell hits a solo shot. Glenn Seymour hadn't pitched much. He's had some injury issues there, even though he's played most of the year. But he comes in, 7 innings. He had, I think, like 1 rough inning. That was about it in the 7th he pitched. Carter Daniel, a senior, 2A Mr. Baseball finalist, hits a double down the right field line that proves to be the difference in the game.
Yep.
I mean, they were never phased, never intimidated by any atmosphere they were in.
And that's the thing right there. They never got anxious. They just always take it on the chin, and we got to recoup right. We got to do it right now. You know, and that goes back to coaching. You know,
Yep,
you're
exactly.
just coached really well.
Especially with that coach staff, with Coach Curtis, Coach David Weathers, Nick Moore, that whole coaching staff, all those guys that put into those kids. And I mean, that's, like you said, goes back to coaching, what they preach to these kids when it comes to taking one on the chin, like you said, just being able to, come back from a rough inning or something like that and be able to readjust, readapt to what's going on. And it's just, tunnel vision. That's what it is.
That's it.
Don't forget about Jacob Laws in that as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
I forgot about
Yeah.
Jacob.
It's a big boy. We don't want him.
No, I don't
Yeah.
want to forget about Jacob, the big lefty. But yeah, hey, hats off to him, and hey, let's see what they do next year.
How about also during the spring fling, we got a dynasty. We don't talk about it a lot here, but Summertown Girls Tennis.
Of course.
That
Yep.
is-
Three-peat,
Straight
yep.
state title, fourth overall. Yeah, they are just. They got different people because I went through some events like they have different doubles, different singles. Everyone steps up.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't lost a match since I've been here. I'm not saying I'm their good luck charm. I'm just
But
saying
they
that's how
haven't.
good that they.
Yeah, that's how good they've been the past 3 years overall.
Yes, when you start scrolling on social media, or You know, and you go into exports and you say, okay, well, Summertown's fixing to play this. Okay, they won. You don't even have to watch. They're
Yeah.
winning.
7-0.
Yeah, 7-0, 7-0.
So, yep,
That-
7-0. It looks like a pretty good match.
You know, you hate to say that and be like, and listen, we're in the show, so we're talking it up, but like, they walk on the court, it's over.
Right. Yeah, that's how good they.
Yes.
They go on the court expecting to win, and that's what they do.
Yes.
That's what they've done the
I feel
past 3
sorry
years.
for the teams that they're playing. So hats off to Andrea Kelly. She's just, just a phenomenal job. Those girls can play tennis. I mean, it's unreal what they've got going on up there.
How about let's go to the middle school side of things, guys. EO
Man.
Man.
First state championship in any sport. And speaking of looking dominant, now the first game in the semifinals, that they had to come from behind.
Yep.
They kind of poured it on in the end, but that championship game,
It was all them.
That was all Panthers.
It was.
Start to finish.
Yeah.
Yes, I was watching it, and hey, they didn't. They were relentless. They run the bases well. Another team to be middle school kids to get runners in scoring position, score runs.
And I think what really helped them is being in that same situation the year before that. Obviously, they weren't in the state championship, but they were in the state tournament and getting that experience and then getting all that talent coming back. I think that really helped them get over the hump of not just getting to the getting past the semi, but also getting in the championship game and knowing what it takes to win a game at that level.
I mean, what 29-0?
29-0, perfect season.
And they
That's
had, Chad Moore told me, they had the same lineup from game one all the way to game, or I think they finished 31-0 or something like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
undefeated.
Right.
Yeah,
They won double-digit games, undefeated, got through it. And what struck me, they had the same lineup, but their pitching staff was deep. Everyone came in at a different role, got the job done. Callum McCauley,
Jake Moore.
Jake Moore,
Yeah,
Carr.
Carr. Yep, Carr. Yep,
Carr
all
did a
those
great
guys.
job, all those guys, and then the whole time I'm thinking, whew, guys, they're a lot of Brayson Rose did a great job in the field and hitting the ball. Those guys are coming up.
You gotta be excited if you're.
You got
Yep.
Hey.
when you think of the youth of Summertown, what they have right now, because their middle school program is doing really good.
Mm-hmm.
You look at Loretto, I mean, the Tidwells and the Springers and a lot of other guys, Graham Fishers. of the
They're
world,
still
those-
coming back.
Those are sophomores. You've got, even though Lawrence County graduated a lot of guys, you've got this whole freshman class coming up. You got the freshmen who started a lot, played a lot. They're going to be sophomores. You might have the best player in the area, and Alex Bedford over here at Tom Cruise Field. I mean, there's going to be a lot of arguments around that, which is, it's good and healthy. That just shows you how good the talent is.
sure.
Yeah.
We're set up in this area, especially us. I feel giddy about the call
We've talked
of these
about it.
games, knowing how good these teams are going to be for the next few
I've
years.
said it. I've been saying it for a long time, and I'll say it again. For Lawrence County, Tennessee, and I know people around here watching know what we're talking about, but we're not big. We're little.
Yeah.
And for just the baseball talent that we've got in our 3 high schools is unbelievable.
I think so with not just baseball, but also when it comes to basketball and football. I mean, at this point, I expect deep postseason runs at this point when it comes to
Softball.
district,
The whole
softball,
nine, but
region,
like-
state, sub-state.
I guess we can call them out. Let's just call them out on the show right now. If we don't have, let's say in the next 5 years, if we don't have 3 state championships in baseball through the county,
Through the county.
it's a bust.
I mean, yeah. With what middle school, yeah.
I'm putting it on them.
Yeah. Putting it on them. I like to hear that.
And hey, listen, we've seen it. We see
Yeah.
what's out there.
There's talent. There is talent.
We have great coaches, top to bottom. We have phenomenal players, top to bottom. I know Summertown Loretta's got a battle. They're in the same district, and hey, just part of it. We're in the same town, but Lawrence County don't have it easy neither.
Tullahoma. in their
Yeah.
district.
Tullahoma's in there.
Tullahoma, yep.
Yes, and I want to talk about them for a minute. I know we talked about them just a little bit. Guys, they won 4 ball games last year.
Yeah.
Won 24. That's Clint
That's
Wright,
hard.
I hope you're watching me, buddy. I'm telling you right now, phenomenal job. That's impressive. That's unheard of.
And they've got wins against the 3A champion and the 2A champion.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Summertown's got a win against the 1A champion and the 2A champion.
Yeah. So I mean, like
Anybody can win at any certain day. It doesn't matter.
any game played. I don't care what field. For Gary Lamb, Tom Cruise, or something, they don't matter. Lawrence County, Loretta, don't matter where they're playing at. It's not a given. It's going to be
Yeah.
7 innings.
In-county rivalry, yep. You
7
love
innings
it.
of hard baseball. And I love it.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to have a lot of fun.
Yeah, and we're going to be busy too, and that's what I like about it. Yep.
Summertown softball.
Yeah.
I mean, that dynasty. I know they didn't make it to the state tournament this year, but they got another middle school softball state championship.
Yep.
That group's going to be
They're coming up.
I mean, they don't rebound, guys. They reload. They just keep.
They just keep plugging in. Yep.
Yep.
With all that talent they're coming up, they had a great run. They played really well, pitched well, defense looked good, offense got the runs when they needed to. I'm just so impressed with what they've done and what they're going to be at the next one. I mean,
It's going to be fun.
I mean, making a lot of trips to Murfreesboro.
I think we are.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
With
I
the
think
upcoming year, yeah.
yes, and I think it's going to be, like I said, the next several years.
Yep.
I mean, it's going to be here before you know it.
Oh, yeah, no.
The sound all cliche
I mean, you
about
think
all
about it. I mean, we were right over here last night calling first night opening night of Babe Ruth baseball, which was really good for us.
Yeah.
When they're practicing football.
Yeah.
Football season's right. I mean,
Right around the corner.
Yeah, that middle of August, we'll be teeing it up over. I think Loretta's got Collinwood at home. I like that they opened up with that rivalry.
I like that one.
Summertown, Lawrence County. Yep.
Summertown, and then
Because we'll be back in Summertown this year. Because we opened
Yep.
up. Yeah.
in week 2, you never
It's-
know when Loretta and Lawrence County get
Yep.
together.
No, you don't know what that
You
game
know
is.
what's going to happen. You
It
have
may
no
be
clue.
70-70, or it may be 3-7.
Yeah.
Well, lately it's been on the high.
It's been high.
It has
It's
been high, for sure.
It's been a lot of fun. Well, guys, coming up next here, we talked a lot about it off the air, but we're going to be talking about everything that's going down in the NBA. That is coming up next here on Exports Live, the Backporch Sessions.
Make your property rock and roll with services from GNS Excavating, specializing in white sand, compost, mulch, topsoil, landscape gravel, and steel landscape edging. Turn to the pros who know how to make your project shine with years of experience. The best part is they're locally owned and operated. Choose from a vast selection of mulch and rock from their conveniently located facility at number 3 Valley Road in Lawrenceburg, just off Buffalo Road. Phone 931-279-3841 and get started today.
Patient care at its finest is found at Tennessee Valley Family Care. From primary to infant care, physicals, women's health, allergies, diabetes management, plus on-site labs and ultrasounds. Let practitioners Liz Phillips, Kathy Cohen, and Stephanie Tucker care for your health and your entire family's health. Let Tennessee Valley Family Care help you reach your health care goals.
This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome back here to Exports Live, the Backporch Sessions, and my mic is now working now. My other one died, which is why you probably couldn't hear me all that well early on, but Now we're back and ready to go. Guys, it's time to talk the NBA playoffs. We just want to go ahead and get Boston and Indiana out of the way before we go to the other one.
Yeah, let's do that.
We'll start with that one, yeah. Go ahead. I mean, there's really nothing much
There's
to talk
not
about.
a whole lot to say. Halliburton got hurt,
Yeah.
and Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown had a decent series. Everybody's talking about it, but it's really what it's supposed to be, though.
Yeah.
If they didn't do that, then it's another bust. But I think it's still going to be a bust for them if they don't win. I mean, you got all this money tied up in this team that's, just loaded, top to bottom, and I don't know. I think they're just a little soft, and I don't think they match up well with either Denver with Dallas or Minnesota myself. But I don't know. They got to win, or I think it's just garbage.
I agree with you. I think with this team, it's a championship or bust type of thing. And, of course, they've already been to the finals. They lost to Golden State 2022. 4-2 series. It was a pretty close series. And then Steph Curry took over after that. But the thing is with this group, I mean, they're better than they were that year.
Oh, yeah.
They got brought in Porzingis. They brought in
don't
Drew
play.
Holiday.
Yeah,
he hadn't played. Yeah, he hadn't played, but still they've been good without him. They've had Pritchard come off the bench doing really well, and Derek White looking like an all-star. Jaylen Brown, who won Eastern Conference Larry Bird Eastern Conference Finals MVP. I mean, from top to bottom, the guys that play from 1 through 7, the 5 that start, and then the 7 or 8 that come off the bench. Al Horford, who's like 70-something years old, he's out there playing
he
like
hit 7 threes the other night.
Yeah, he hit 7
He had
threes.
24. He had 23 points. He hit 7 threes and a 2-pointer.
Yeah, but I mean,
He's
I
the
think
ugliest
it goes,
shot in the NBA, but I love watching it
yeah,
go with.
I mean, just the way he plays, it's just.
I'm waiting on him to show up with like this white hair and and his white beard. Like, I don't know. He does look like he's 76.
But I think it goes back to what you were saying, Dusty. Like, they really don't have a choice to not win a championship
They
at this
don't.
point.
They don't.
Because Jaylen Brown just signed a $330 million contract for 6 years. Tatum's contract is coming up after this season. What is his number going to look like? It's probably going to be in the 370.
Well, it's going to be, but I don't know how they're going to keep doing it because they're going. I mean, are you just going to let Porzingis leave after you done spend up? You traded and spent some money on him.
Yep.
You going to let Holiday leave? You going to
Derek
let White
White,
leave?
yep.
I mean, I feel like Derek White may be the most vital part of that team right now.
I mean, he's playing outstanding defense.
When they
He's
need a
making
basket,
shots.
they're-
He makes them. Yep.
When they need a shot, he hit the shot last night.
Yep, that corner three.
Yeah, that corner
Yep.
three. Or not for last. But yeah, that's about all I got to say about Boston. If they don't win, they're still garbage.
Yeah, I think with Indiana, I'm not going to say it was a fluke they got there because they're really good offensively. Now, defensively, they're not that good at all. If not, they're probably one of the worst, bottom 25. But I still, even with Halliburton not being hurt, I still thought it was going to be a sweep.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say the same thing. I
thought
fully
he was
thought
good.
that was going to be a
I
sweep.
really thought he might have been good for one win.
Yeah.
Maybe
one win, but it just from the get-go, I'm thinking,
But the
okay.
East is so easy, guys.
Yeah, it is.
right.
It really is.
Like Boston, and I know you can't help injuries with Halliburton, but it's been so easy.
Yeah.
I mean, even if they'd have paired up with Milwaukee, they wouldn't have had Dame or Giannis.
Yeah.
Or if they could pair it up with the Knicks, no Brunson.
No Brunson.
They might have swept the Knicks with Brunson.
Yeah, they might have.
OG was hurt for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you never know.
It's just been it's almost like, here you go, guys. Here's your chance to win a title. Now go do it. And if not, you suck still. And I think that's what it's going to be.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know with that great. I think it comes down to them getting it done. I think it's got them having the mentality of they got to get it done because they've only lost 2 games within the postseason so far.
Yeah.
So
they've got to win.
They've got to win. Like they've got the resume to get to that level where they need to win and finally get over that hump of getting the championship because that's kind of been the criticism. I mean, even though they've been the best overall team when it comes to regular season, when it comes to wins, I mean, they were 10 or 12 games better than second place in the East.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
Wasn't
it just
even
shows
close.
you that
Yeah, it wasn't close.
they're the true favorites to win the
Yeah,
championship.
there again, though, they had an easy road to even get there because Giannis was out the whole second half of the season.
Embiid was hurt, and
Embiid
they
was hurt
weren't a
forever.
factor. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been an easy road for Boston, and I just don't think they can win.
Yeah, I mean, it really just depends on who comes out of the West at that point.
Speaking of the West, Dusty, I think we owe someone an apology.
I'm going to say it right now, and I wish there was a way that we could get this put out on the airways. I'm man up and tell you, Kyrie Irving is legit.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
He may be a little loose up here. We'll say that.
I think he's straightening it out a little
but
bit.
he is straightening it out.
Yeah.
But guys,
He's playing basketball now.
that dude's playing defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's playing.
Yeah.
Anthony Edwards. I mean, I know he had a game last night, but listen, that old boy's playing defense.
Well, going into that series, Kyrie tweeted back at Anthony Edwards or that social media post saying, "All right, I'll take up the challenge," and he's definitely taking that challenge up.
I mean, and when you watch Kyrie play, I've done 2 rants about Kyrie, but I mean, clearly he's got his teammates' attention. He's being a good teammate. He's being coachable. He's embraced himself in Dallas. I think, at least I hope this isn't just a 1-year thing, but he's embraced being in one place. Like, I don't think he embraced Boston, didn't embrace Cleveland, didn't embrace Brooklyn. I think he's learned a lot from his mistakes. He's coming in, he's embracing Dallas. He's embracing his role. Like, he hits a big shot the other night, and instead of doing what all these other guys do, like the dumb, like inject it or do some dumb little
back
three-point
and play
celebration,
defense.
he's going back and he's pointing out where the defense needs to go. Like, he realizes this isn't about me. This is about the team. We're trying to get to the NBA Finals because we got a lot to prove. I've got a lot to prove. So I want everybody back and playing well.
And he's going to be a contract year too, I believe.
I think he was out of the league.
Right.
He was out of the league.
Absolutely.
And no one was going to pick him up except for
No.
Dallas.
And when you said it, coaching,
Yeah.
I didn't know how it was going to work out with Jason Kidd and Kyrie.
Yeah. Jason Kidd didn't have a good track record as a player getting along with coaches, and he really doesn't have a great track record as a coach getting along with players.
Exactly.
The shoe's different.
And Luka is headstrong. He's the alpha.
Yeah.
But how Luka has adapted to Kyrie being on the team
Right.
is impressive.
Yeah.
For him.
I mean, they move the ball so well. The whole team does. I mean, everyone that's coming in is. Again, I've just been so impressed. I've always been a fan of Luka. I think the ball sticks in his hand a little bit too
He
much.
does, and he cried. Hey, listen, and if anybody's watching and heard me say it, like I talk about LeBron crying, Luka cries.
Yeah,
he
he
is a
He's
cry
one of
Every
the
play.
worst.
Every
He's
play
pretty
he
bad.
cries. But listen, the old boy can shoot daggers.
Yeah, I mean that's that. Last night he had that 3-pointer at the end of the game, and I'm thinking, you got to have some common sense. And I know Anthony Edwards, like he's young, 22 years old, 23 years old, but still, like you're in the NBA, you got to know you're up 5, 103 to 97, or 103 to 97.
You're right.
He literally fouled Luka, and then Luka initiated contact, but it's called drawing a foul.
Yes.
I might not agree with the call all the time, but still,
Exactly.
you got to know better not to foul in that situation. For Luka to knock down that shot in the clutch like that,
Didn't
being
hit the
down
free throw.
6.
He missed the free throw.
Yeah, he did miss the free throw, but being down 6, hitting the 3, having a chance to make it a 2-point game, I mean, that's something that can come back to bite you. And thankfully it didn't bite Minnesota, but you just got to be aware.
Lively.
Yeah.
Rookie. I know he pretty much got his head taken off.
Yeah, he didn't play last night. Yeah.
You know, I mean, I get it. But listen, that old boy stepped up in the road. Gafford has filled the gaps.
PJ Washington.
is
P.J.
unreal.
Washington.
Jones
Yeah.
is filled in.
Yeah.
But guys, let's talk about him. How much garbage is Gobert?
He's terrible.
How does,
Me and you,
how does that guy
Win defense.
win
I
Defensive
don't
Player of
know.
the Year? You're 7'2",
Yeah.
Luka's 6'7".
And going at
And
him
you're-
like
and
it's
you're getting cooked.
6'2".
Listen, if you look in Game 3, because Luka daggered him in Game 2,
Yeah.
when they go to Game 3, they're pointing at their guys to they want him to single off on Rudy because that idiot comes out and he can't guard anybody.
Did you see that social media post where it was Jay McDaniels guarding Luka, and then they got Gobert switched off on Luka for the
Yes.
dagger, and McDaniels' face was
Yeah.
And Luka's smiling.
and
Like,
Luka's smiling because McDaniel knew, oh, he's cooked. Luka's gonna cook him.
He did. And listen, Luka's slow.
Yeah. He's got that Larry Bird in
He's
him
got
now.
the Larry
He's
Bird
got
in
that Larry Bird.
Yeah.
But listen, even like the Kyrie, when he's falling out of the corner the other night when he hit that, it wasn't a 3, it was more of a step back 2.
It was still pretty.
Gobert, listen, Wemby should have been the Defensive Player of the Year.
Absolutely.
I
That's who I thought should have won it.
I do. I believe that. I don't think Gobert should be there. I don't think Gobert's a superstar. I think that he's not a good big man. Like, I firmly believe everything I hear from Chuck and Shaq. Like, that dude, we talk about Anthony Davis being soft.
Yeah.
Gobert, oh my goodness.
He's
tissue paper.
Yeah. Well, this is what, and this kind of goes back to, this is what I was telling you before the show. When it comes to playoff time, you can't have guys who can't score in the game when it comes to 5 minutes down left in the game. You can't have those guys in. Gobert, he's not a scorer. He can't score. He only rebounds and blocks shots. And he's not, I mean, I would have picked Wemby defensively, but then again, Gobert's getting cooked. He got 40 put on him against Jokic. It's been terrible, essentially, in this series so far. I mean, it started around the Ben Simmons type of thing where he couldn't score. And then, I mean, Gobert fits that mold perfectly because he can't score.
He can't score a lick.
He can't score
He
at all.
hit that one little fadeaway, and then Ant's like, oh, when Gobert hit that fadeaway when he hit it against Denver. Come on, that's one shot in 7 games.
It's one shot. I mean, most of his points are off putbacks.
Yes,
I mean,
he might get a lob dunk.
Yeah.
But then you got another 7-footer in Cat standing. All he wants to do is shoot threes.
Yeah, being
and he can't even hit those most of the time.
Yeah, okay, he had a game last night.
He had that one good game.
Yeah.
Yeah, but listen,
they literally, I think his coach fouled him out on purpose just to get him out of the game.
Because he was going to shoot him out the whole
I've
game.
never seen a guy who gets as many dumb fouls as he does.
They're dumb.
So far away from the back. Like, he might lead the NBA. Like, it even crossed my mind going back and rewatching the game. Like, I wonder if his team would foul him $50,000 every time he fouls 20 feet away from the basket.
Yeah, like, every once in a while I know the guys get cheapy and you get it. But how do you – he knocks guys down.
Yeah. Like, and like at least 5 of his 6 fouls are beyond the 3-point line.
Yeah, they're not
every
even nowhere
game.
close.
He doesn't know how to avoid contact. When somebody's setting an off-ball screen on him, he just runs right through them.
You can't do that.
Yeah, you can't run through somebody. You got to figure out a way to either cut around them or cut underneath them because, like, you can't run through somebody in the NBA.
No, and
like
he's
that.
a big guy.
Yeah.
And I just, like, it just drives – and I know some people are like, well, he won a 3-point contest. Who cares? I mean – listen, I just think Cat's overrated.
Way over and overpaid.
Overpaid and overrated.
Yeah.
And I want to bring this up to y'all and see what y'all think. I know we got Ant who's 22 years old. I think they were trying to put him on a pedestal. Yeah. Y'all look back the last couple of games, and last night may be different, but look back the last couple of games. When it's 3 minutes to go in the game,
he's disappeared.
You don't even see that dude on the floor. Like, he's on the floor, but he's not on the floor.
But he makes so many young man mistakes.
Does. Yeah.
Makes a lot of those mistakes.
He's got a different attitude.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say this. They get beat tomorrow night. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some major changes in Minnesota.
Number one, you got to trade Towns away. Because Nas Reed is
better
than him.
Towns. Yeah. So much better than Towns.
And you could probably get a score, maybe a couple defenders out of just – he might get you. He might average 25 points a game, but think of how much his dumb fouls, his lack of defense at times, and just the ability to mentally check out of a game.
But where I was going with this, and maybe y'all understand, y'all agree, is with Ant. Like, they need to get a veteran, not Conley. Yeah. But you got to get
an older guy that's been there.
That's been there that maybe is some kind of superstar that can lead him.
Yeah. Like, I feel like Andre Iguodala, if he was still in the league, I think he would be a perfect fit for Minnesota.
Yes. But, I just think that, it's impressive what Minnesota's done. Yeah. I don't want to take anything away from it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you beat Denver.
Right.
Reigning champs.
Yep. Yes, you beat the champs and reigning MVP. That's something else I want to talk about here in a minute, and I want to get y'all's opinion on something. But, like, I just think that I don't know how Minnesota's coaching staff, with the coach being hurt, and he's having to sit in the second row. But
that's got to be Ben.
No, that's my mother-in-law.
Oh.
Hi, Teresa.
Oh, show.
So you got the head coach sitting in the second row because he blew his knee, got hit. I get it. So you got an assistant coach kind of coach, and that's got to be hard.
Right.
I know, and props to the assistant coach.
Yeah.
The guys love him. They play hard for him. But, like, I just could see them losing, and that being a young team like it is, just blowing up.
Yeah.
Well, here's the issue with that. I like Minnesota just because that defense I've seen in that second series against Denver, that was unreal. That's why I kind of fell in love with them at that point.
Defense.
That defense was legit, and I've never seen defense played like that since I've been watching the NBA. But here's the issue when it comes to organizational side. Remember that Gobert trade? They gave up 6 future first-round picks.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Oh.
That was
that's
one of
the
those
issue.
deals.
Yeah.
That was almost like the whole OKC Kevin Durant deal.
Yeah.
Where they just give KD to Golden State and got nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now Utah or now Minnesota is going to have to get rid of Gobert, and I don't think they're going to be able to get what they need for him.
Well, he's on a bad contract. He's making $108 million for 5 years. I mean,
Terrible
it's a
for
terrible
him.
contract.
For him.
Cat's on a 160 for 5 years.
Way too much for him too.
Yeah. So Nas Reed is on like a 4-year, $80 million. So I mean,
Nah,
that's a
listen,
pretty good contract
Yeah,
for him.
yeah, it's good. He's doing so many good things, and the fact that you're getting him at a discount, and the two guys who aren't giving you anything, that you're paying way more than him, you're sitting on the bench in key situations.
Yeah, and that's not how basketball works.
Yeah,
You've
it's
been
not.
talking
Shouldn't
about it.
be.
Like, basketball doesn't work that way.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Like I said, you go back to game 3 or game 2, whichever one. There's like 6 minutes to go. You kind of had the feeling that Minnesota was losing anyways.
Yeah.
And Cat's on the bench.
Yeah.
No. And
Shouldn't be that
real
way.
basketball, your second superstar. He's a second best player. He's a second superstar. He should be on the floor.
Yeah, because Dallas, you look at Dallas, their best scorers are in the game when it comes down to it.
Yeah.
Their best defenders, like Derrick Jones Jr. and Dante Exum, they play their minutes, they play their roles, and then when it comes down to it, when it comes down to winning the ball game, Luka, Kyrie, Gafford is out there, PJ Washington, and then you could throw whoever else in there as the 5th spot. You could throw in Derrick Jones, or you can throw in Lively. You could throw any of those guys in there. So that's what I like about their lineup is anybody on that team can score when they need to.
So what was your question? When you said something about MVP, I want to get your opinion on
So, and I'm the first one, not the first one, but so we always rip our MVPs when they don't win, correct?
it. Correct.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the nature of the beast. Whether it be LeBron, Steph, whoever, we rip them. And I'm talking about just basketball.
Yeah.
So I've been having a conversation with my buddy, and he's probably not watching. I hope he is, so because I've told him this, and I'm gonna say it to y'all. So Joker gets beat.
Right.
We've not seen a social media post about just the media, like the fans just blowing him up. Oh my gosh, this or that. Now I say this. I think it's because he don't care.
Oh, yeah,
LeBron
he's-
cares.
right.
LeBron wants that spotlight. Steph cares.
Yeah.
We know Joker don't care.
Right.
He's ready to finish the season, get back overseas, do whatever he does. And I think that's why, and it's hard for people to grasp that, but why would us, doing what we do, why would we want to rip him for being a 3-time back-to-back-to-back MVP, winning a title? Now he gets put out in the second round, an ugly put out in the second round, and nobody says anything.
Right.
And I told my buddy, for Dusty, I don't care about it because he don't care. Why do I want to waste my time? And y'all know how much I talk about it. But like, why would we want to trash Joker when he don't care?
Right.
Because it's almost like whatever.
I think. Well, there's been posts about it, but it's what you said that is basically people heckling him by saying, "Oh, well, season's over. He's going to go back to what he's doing." Oh, well, he's just happy that the season's over. Or people were saying, "Did he purposely, not pitch in late in that game?" Because I mean, his shots were not falling in that game 7 at all.
No,
they were not, and so.
There again,
It makes you think,
don't care.
does he not care?
He don't care.
Exactly.
Like it's a shame that he's that talented to be that ogre and MVP and all that stuff. And it for us it does suck that we can't just bust his balls, but he don't care.
Right. And some of it might be too that his team was so bad in the postseason.
They were
And,
not
and,
hitting
he, and, he
shots.
and in the one game he doesn't play good. Happens to be Game 7, and Murray was awful.
Oh.
Who knew where
Porter Jr.
Porter? Yeah, where was
Probably
Porter
the best
Jr.?
player on their team was Aaron Gordon.
Probably
Yeah.
was.
Probably he was probably the best
and then,
player.
And then the last couple games they just decided they weren't going to rebound in Game 6 and Game 7.
Oh, they
of
didn't even
that
touch
series.
the boards.
It's
What
he
looks
can
like
only
Aaron
do
Gordon
so
done,
much.
Yeah.
But outside of that, they didn't do anything.
It kind of feels like when Embiid won it. Yeah, he got ripped a little bit for it, but like you realize there just wasn't much around.
No, but Denver run back the same exact team that won a title.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they going to be like Milwaukee, a one and done as a champion?
Looks like it.
Hey guys, it's the NBA.
They're
I mean,
young, but
I-
there's so
yeah.
much talent though that's younger.
I like parity. I think parity is good for sports in general. I mean,
Oh, I do too.
Yeah.
I love Jamal Murray. I think he plays the game hard.
Mm-hmm.
He does get. for the most part, he's not out there running his mouth.
Right.
You know, he'll hit a big shot and he kind of flexes a little bit. And I don't have a problem with that. What if he says, I'm not playing with Joker?
Well, Joker could be like, I don't care.
Yeah, and Joker could
He
be
just
like,
doesn't
I
care.
don't want to play with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think if it was an organizational thing, I probably would say Murray would want to be out of Denver because I don't think Denver, as much as they've got money put into Joker, might have to say, all right, well, we're going to have to move Murray.
And talking about all this, did y'all see a little bit of the talk? And this makes me want to vomit. Y'all know how much I love Devin Booker.
Yeah.
I think D-Book he's the killer. There's a little talk that's where LeBum could go.
I mean, I'm seeing Philly in that
How?
too.
I see Philly.
Because, you know, Bronny's not going back to college.
Listen, guys.
What a joke.
Dude,
This is such a joke.
where are these NBA analysts that are covering the combine and covering all this stuff? Are they just saying all this because it's LeBron? Like he's got so much pull.
I think there's
100%.
way too much hype around this.
Yeah.
Where's the hype
This
at, dude?
draft.
Like, what do you see to get hype? That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying they're
okay,
putting
he
so
shot
much hype
threes at
in
the
it.
combine. And that's not real basketball.
Right.
You're standing.
Yeah.
It's like in the NFL combine. I like seeing the guys go out there and run fast, but there's nobody guarding you.
Right. Or not seriously guarding.
No, I mean they're like this.
Yeah.
But there's nobody body checking you.
Right.
No,
It's
not a chance.
These are a bunch of guys that are not playing in the combine. There's no defense at all.
I mean, here's the best case scenario I see is LeBum stays in Los Angeles. The Lakers are going to draft Bronny.
Probably.
Yeah.
LeBron's going to get 1 year. He's going to retire, and Bronny won't be in the league.
yeah. He'll be
He won't be in the league.
he'll be overseas.
Huh. If he's that, yeah.
Yeah. And in a way, I feel bad for him because he didn't ask for any of this.
He didn't ask for none of this.
Yeah.
He may be a great kid,
Yeah.
and I'm not trying to take away
Yeah.
from that. But like, dude, they're
Yeah.
going to eat his lunch.
Yeah, they are, and they're going to go at him. They're going to try to embarrass
if
him.
he gets on the floor.
Yeah.
You know, he may not ever even see playing time with his dad.
Right. Yeah.
And maybe that's what they mean by LeBron saying, well, I got to play with my son. He was drafted. We're on the same team.
Yeah.
Maybe that's good enough for him.
Maybe.
But there's no way Bronny James is playing on the court.
Shouldn't be. No. I mean, he needed to go back to college for not 1, at least 2 years.
Yeah.
Learn how to play at that level
I mean,
before you
gotta
can
think,
jump up.
guys, He would be guarding Ant.
Yeah.
He'd be guarding Kyrie,
Luca.
Luka.
And he's
Steph.
undersized between those
He's
guys.
going to be guarding Steph.
SGA.
How's he going to
Booker.
guard Dame? I mean, Brunson.
Booker.
Booker. I mean, we could keep talking.
Yeah.
Brown, Tatum. Go on
Yes.
down. What if,
SGA's a stud.
what if
by
he
the
gets
way.
what if he gets 1-on-1 with Joker?
Down low.
Yeah.
Lunch.
Joker won't
Breakfast.
even know he's there.
No, he wouldn't even know. Wouldn't even feel him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. Like maybe we don't know anything about sports, and maybe we're dumb. I don't know, but I just can't see him being
Yeah.
some kind of #1 draft pick. Because if I'm the owner, and y'all are my GM, y'all are my coach, and my GM, and I'm the owner, and we're sitting down, and y'all are saying, all right, we're taking Bronny #1. I'm probably firing y'all.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like, and my buddy says it's because LeBron's got so much pull. I don't care. Them owners did not get to where they're at by making stupid decisions.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, they're going to win a title.
Yeah. Right.
Exactly. That's the job. Like, then again, this is the part I was having a discussion with some of my buddies. There was talks about there were some teams that don't have as much money as the Lakers and Boston and the Warriors, like teams like the Pelicans or the Grizzlies. Some underfunded like organizations like that. They're talking about taking Bronny just so they can have LeBron. And in my mind, I'm thinking, is it more important to have that publicity and the money that comes in for LeBron than winning the title? Then what's the NBA come to at this point?
That's my whole thing.
Yeah.
Because LeBron's not, title runs are over.
Right.
Yeah.
You're right.
They're
You're
over.
right.
I'm
You're right.
sorry,
No, you're right.
They're over.
Yeah.
So he goes to Memphis. So now you got a head job in Ja. You don't know what you're getting. You don't.
The team's not good.
The team is not good at all.
No.
So what I mean, so you really going to sacrifice some ticket sales for 1 year?
Yeah.
Because we know how LeBron would be.
Yeah.
So say they draft Bronny, you get LeBron in Memphis, he's going to be there 1 year. and then he's going to go on to somewhere else.
And he maybe will play 60 of your 82 games.
Yeah.
Maybe.
To get the guaranteed money because, I mean, I can't remember what it's over. I think it's at least 72 games you have to play, 70 or something like that.
To get the
guaranteed money and all NBA credentials and all that stuff. So.
I think it's 70.
Yeah.
That was the thing they were talking about Embiid about getting his all NBA.
Yeah, because it used to be, I think it used to be 65, but with the new CBA that went through, I think it's 70 now. Yeah.
So it's a lot of stuff about to happen here in the offseason. Got to get there first. So
got to get there.
We got to see who Boston's going to play.
July 5th, free agency.
Game 5 tomorrow.
Game 5's tomorrow night. So, guys, we're going
to Dallas.
Take a break here and come back. We've got a big story developing in college football. After that, we're going to talk some wrestling. Hi, guys. That's coming up next here on X Sports Live, the Backporch Sessions.
There's no job too big or too small for Gonzalez Lawn and Landscapes. Owner Chris Gonzalez works hard to make your commercial or residential properties one of the neighbors will envy. You won't find a lower price anywhere else, and that's a guarantee. We offer mowing, landscape removal, small construction jobs, and more. Our team is licensed and insured to ensure the best work for Lawrence County and surrounding areas. Your satisfaction is our goal. We won't leave until you're happy. Call today to set up a free quote.
Make your lawn a legacy. At Legacy Lawn and Landscapes, we put more than 16 years of experience into your goals. We won't meet your expectations, we'll exceed them. We offer consultation, installation, maintenance, hardscapes, construction, and land clearing services. Owner John and Jamie Brewer with their team are dedicated to providing the highest quality landscape services to commercial and residential clients in Middle Tennessee. Service, teamwork, results. That's how you leave a legacy. Professional care with a smile. That will always be a guarantee at Encompass Healthcare. Whether you're looking for primary or urgent care, x-ray services, or even weight loss treatments, our team is equipped to serve your needs. Our doors are open Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. Make an appointment with our providers, Kendra Brown or Tori Cox, today. Encompass Healthcare, located on Highway 43 North in Etheridge, Tennessee, right next to Chapman Tire.
The news is out. Southern Tennessee Regional Health System Lawrenceburg received an A hospital safety grade from the Leapfrog Group. This national distinction celebrates STRHS Lawrenceburg's achievements in protecting hospital patients from preventable harm and errors and ranks our local hospital among the top tier of hospitals across the nation when it comes to patient safety. The Leapfrog Group is an independent national watchdog organization which assigns letter grades to general hospitals throughout the United States based on a hospital's ability to prevent medical errors and harm to patients. Hospital safety grade results are based on more than 30 national performance measures and are updated each fall and spring. STRHS Lawrenceburg is committed to delivering safe, high-quality care to patients, families, and visitors, and ensuring that everyone has a positive experience at our hospital. Our A grade is a reflection of the culture of community and compassion that we've worked to build here at your hometown hospital. High quality care is a way of life for our crew, and we're proud to be part of the A team.
Hey, welcome to Mid-South Barndominiums. I'm Ezra. Here's where we make your home dreams come true. We do turnkey different here. We'll take you from beginning to end. All you need is property. We're going to pair you with an interior designer to help kind of cut through all the decisions and make sure that your home comes out beautiful. And so this allows you to make your home personal and then also look really good in the very end. I gotta tell you, we have so many options here at Mid-South that we had to build an entire new showroom floor to fit them all in. You can check out our website, midsouthbarndominiums.com, or give us a call, 931-203-7003. Make an appointment, come check us out.
This is the X Sports Network.
Welcome back here to X Sports Live, the Back Porch Sessions here, guys. We've got a story brewing in college football. Of course, it's always good to talk football.
Absolutely.
College football is just, 2.5 months? We're going to be playing games, in 2 months we're going to be practicing. A lot of stuff going down. But the big story right now is whole thing going down over in Georgia, between Georgia and Florida. You got the rivalry here. Jaden Rashada is now suing his former team. Now he's on his third team technically, because he didn't initially sign and commit to Florida because of a failed NIL deal. He's asking for $10 million. He was offered $14 million. The collective didn't have it when he signed. He got out of his commitment. Ended up at Arizona State for a year. Wasn't good. Now he's at Georgia, more than likely going to be the backup. Had to get Kirby Smart's blessing to sue one of their biggest rivals. I mean, we kind of knew something like this was going to happen in college football at some point.
Just didn't win.
Just when and who. And this is a mess.
Yeah, and I told you, I just said I didn't know what you was talking about. And
Yep.
I just, for the 30 seconds that I just looked at it on my phone, I mean, old boy's guaranteed $500,000 up front.
Yeah.
Yep.
Couldn't happen to a better coach and organization, I feel like. Not a big fan of Napier, not a big fan of Kirby. So at that point, I could care less. Maybe both teams get in trouble and nobody can play. Wouldn't hurt my feelings any. But yes, you're right. It was a matter of time before we seen an NIL deal that was going to be botched.
Yeah.
And what was going to happen. And now, how do they handle it?
Well, you got to see what happens in the courts. The NCAA is basically just, with all these new rules, and it looks like we're going to get a salary cap, I guess.
That's kind of cool.
They're going to start. They're going to allow the schools to start playing players, but now you've got this cap, you got this line, which encompasses all sports.
Yep.
Which I think is a good thing, which is what they should have done at the get-go, so you avoid this stuff. I mean, I think this kid clearly knows, and his father's driving this too, which that's a whole nother can of worms that we can open up at another day and another time.
Right.
But, his dad's really involved with this. I mean, I think the kid knows he's got no NFL future because, you couldn't win at Arizona State. Why? And I think he's trying to get his money now, save it up, or at least be somewhat smart. Then he goes to Georgia. Why in the world does Kirby Smart take this kid?
There goes back to some of the coaching I think about Kirby.
Yeah.
I mean, we're starting to see some other things, some of his coaches getting in a little trouble. And it's like, I just don't think Kirby has got a handle on his program like what people thinks he does.
Right.
Yeah. That's my
I mean,
belief.
all the speeding tickets,
Yes,
which is
and
clear.
the DUIs or the DWIs or whatever.
Or the assaults and all that stuff.
like it's just, come on, man.
And this part just, the kid's selfish. He played for 3 high schools in 4 years.
Yes.
That's red flag number one.
That should be the number one flag right there.
His dad is asking for a job at every school that he goes to. Red flag number 2. And did you actually watch the kid play? I watched a little bit of his game film at Arizona State. You can find some D2 quarterbacks 2 levels above him and bring him in to be your backup.
Okay, so this guy signs this astronomical NIL deal, didn't get any money out of it. But like, what are they signing him on? Looks?
Yeah. He was in the Under Armour All-American game. Yeah, there's a lot of those guys who are now bagging groceries over at Walmart.
What does that have to do with anything?
High school to college is just a different game.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's different from college to the pro level, whatever game you're playing.
And just you think about, you open yourself up if you're Georgia, you're going to sue this school. Okay, well now we can examine what's your NIL deal with him.
They can start looking back in their
Yeah,
stuff.
because like everything's wide. If it's a lawsuit and a deposition, if they sue you, which Florida probably should sue the University of Georgia back. Well, guess what? They can ask you anything, anytime, anywhere, and it doesn't need to pertain to that situation. And I've said this a lot, and it's true. Because they've got the speeding tickets, they got the DUIs, they've got that whole issue that they've got in Athens. By the time it reaches the media, you already have a problem that can't be solved.
Thank you.
Yep.
They never report on the first,
Nope.
the third, or the fourth. And once it gets beyond that point, it's not only is it already beyond a problem, it's unsolvable.
It's unsolvable.
Yeah.
And Kirby has let it go.
Right, you're right.
And you look at some of these players that Kirby has gotten over the past few years, you start doing some digging, you might dig up some few things that may not want to know.
Yeah.
Yep. There's some things about, several players that have been possibly getting drafted.
Yeah.
That team, whenever it comes to Georgia, they've got talent that can go to the pros. But these organizations, before they draft them, they want to know everything about them.
And whatever they can,
whatever is in the dark will come to the light, is what you said at the time.
And also, Billy Napier, what are you doing? What? You were supposed to be this godsend out of Louisiana. You won back-to-back Sun Belt championships, or at least got to the Sun Belt championship game in back-to-back years. Like, why are you all of a sudden trying to make deals with the devil? Not just the devil, the devils. Because there's so many circling around that program. It's been that way for a while.
It's not that we're pointing fingers at Georgia's program, Florida's program as well.
Yeah.
But why would you think that the dude was just not going to say, where's my money?
Yeah. He's going to show up and well, it's a good faith thing. We'll give it to you down the line. Throw a couple touchdowns.
Yeah.
Which, and someone brought this up when I was listening. The whole spirit of NIL was was inspired by the Tim Tebows of the world. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he came in, he proved himself. Then at some point he should be able to make some money. When Johnny Manziel was crushing it his freshman year, proved himself, he should be able to make money. Should the NCAA institute something that says you cannot get any NIL money till after your freshman year?
I like that.
Yeah.
And we've had these conversations on and off air. I've always been for the player.
Yeah.
And even in college, I understand they get these huge scholarships. It costs a lot of money to get a degree from Knoxville or Alabama or Georgia, Florida, wherever, those big schools. But how much money has Peyton Manning put in Knoxville when he was at school?
A ton.
A ton of money.
How much money did Jalen Hurts put in at Alabama or Oklahoma?
Yeah, a lot. A ton.
How much money did Stafford put in at Georgia?
Yeah.
They don't get any of that kickback.
Right.
We all have college jerseys of our favorite players, our favorite teams, but they don't get none of that.
Yeah. But the thing that kills me about NIL, it's supposed to be name, image, and likeness, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm about to go to Knoxville this weekend for a birthday party. I've been to Knoxville a lot over the last few years, especially since NIL's gone down. I can't name one Tennessee player that's getting NIL money that I see their face on a billboard.
No, you can't.
I don't see it in a magazine. I don't see it in an ad that pops up when I'm watching a YouTube video. They're literally paying for them to play.
Yes.
They're not even using their name, image, and likeness. They're just giving them money to go play.
Yep.
At least what I was talking about, those guys were playing. They're out there. You're seeing who they are.
Yeah.
But now you're just giving Nico or whoever this astronomical amount of money.
What's his last name?
Nico Iamaleava.
And then no, it's not.
Waka Waka. Waka Waka. There we go.
Got to bring it up every time. Oh, that's why I can't wait till football season rolls around.
Waka Waka Waka.
Nico Waka Waka Waka.
You can't spell it, and I can't say it.
I can't spell it.
I'm not even going to try to say it.
Yeah, we think Giannis is bad.
Yeah, Antetokounmpo.
How they pronounce
Jokic,
that.
Doncic. Yeah, it's. I'll try to pronounce some of these hockey names.
Dude, I was trying to watch hockey the other night, and I do like watching hockey. I don't watch it a lot.
By the way, the playoffs have been great. How many overtime games have
I was fixing to say, how many overtime? They've been in overtime after overtime.
And it's been great. I've been so enthralled with them. My son, I think during the first round, one Sunday, he had 4 straight games, and CJ not once didn't ask to watch the Wiggles, Rachel, or Elmo. That's how much he was into watching hockey.
Wow,
there you go.
Next day was a different story, but yeah.
But yeah, I agree with you. I think it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out with Georgia and Florida.
I mean, everyone's on pins and needles.
That football game could be a disaster this year.
Aren't they? I think not this year, but the next year they're going to move it to home sites because they're renovating Jacksonville Stadium.
Yes.
Because that hasn't been to Georgia or Florida since the late '90s.
Probably.
The first time they renovated Jacksonville Stadium. Yeah. So I honestly think it should be on the home sites anyways.
I do too.
Especially if it's, but you think about, I know we're kind of going off topic and we'll get to wrestling here in a bit, but you're adding Texas OU. It's always going to be, Red River's always going to be in Dallas at the Texas State Fair.
Yep.
You got Florida, Georgia that always plays in Jacksonville. But kind of part of me is like, I want to see OU go to Texas. I want to see Texas go to OU.
That's what I want. I want to see Georgia at the Swamp.
that's why I'm so excited about the new playoff, because the first round games are going to be on the home sites.
Yes.
Yep.
I like it.
Yeah, home field.
You know, and of course we're all I know you're not, but like we're an SEC country, and I know you do have ties to Tennessee, but like that's part of college football.
Yeah, well, I've seen it all across the country. I've been to Big 10 schools, Big 12 schools. I mean, especially, I'll put it this way, Power 5 schools, and I've been to a handful of the Group of 5 schools that have really great fan bases that show up night in and night out.
Sure.
But the Power 5s where you really see it, the SEC, Big 10, I mean, I'm so mad that I've lived in State College, Pennsylvania during COVID, because I never got to experience a Penn State game day.
Oh, because COVID.
Yeah, I mean, I
man.
ran around that stadium almost every day from, where my house was doing my, everyone knows I run like 10 miles, 15 miles a day. But I would run around that stadium, and dude, I mean, you could see it from my backyard, and I live literally 2 towns over, and you can see this from my backyard.
Yeah,
It's awesome. I
it's
wish I
weird,
would
yeah.
experience it, but I've seen it all across the country. It's great, especially at the Power 5 level, especially with the programs that will bring 70, 80,000.
But it's just part of football.
Yeah.
It's part of college football. And
People love rivalries like that, especially
yes,
when it comes
I mean,
to tradition.
I think about ours.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you go to
Third
Knoxville,
Saturday.
Third Saturday in October. I mean, it's. I don't care if it's in Knoxville or Tuscaloosa.
It's
you know?
it's a big game.
It's a big
Both
game.
teams, yeah.
I think about like our LSU rival when we have to go down to Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand when they come to LSU, when they come to Tuscaloosa, is one thing, but like you play in LSU at nighttime, that's
That's a different game.
It's different.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about college football is the rivalries.
Like
Yeah,
Ohio State, Michigan State, Tennessee, Florida, Tennessee, Bama.
Yes,
You know?
Tennessee, Georgia.
Yeah, Tennessee, Georgia. That's another one.
Part of the reason of Texas going to the SEC, we get Texas A&M again.
Yes,
It's going to be great.
That's gonna be a great
Yeah.
game. And listen, and Texas A&M is just probably gonna take it on the chin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a lot of
Yeah.
years now. Oklahoma, Alabama's had a little deal with Oklahoma the past few years. I mean, it'd be awesome to see my Tide out there.
Yeah. I think Tennessee
Tennessee's
goes
going
to
to
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Yeah, they go
yeah.
They're going
to
to
Well, they were
Oklahoma.
supposed to go there during the COVID year.
And they did.
Yeah.
So y'all got them out there.
Yeah, we got them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We're going to Oklahoma.
Yeah, so it's going to be fun to see how that plays
Yeah,
out. Now,
sure.
Going to wrestling, I know there's not a ton going on. King of the Ring. I mean, Gunther and Randy Orton had a great
Botch
match.
No, it was
Yeah,
not a great match.
I'm
Botch.
surprised.
It's junk.
You didn't like it?
No, dude, his shoulders wasn't down.
I'm surprised.
Is it that one thing that you didn't like,
That
or
wrecked
is the whole match? It wrecked the whole
ruined
match
The
for
whole
you.
match.
They had great chemistry after the whole
They
match. I'll
did.
give it to them.
That's
They were
what
working
I was
together.
talking about. I thought the chemistry in the
That part
match,
was good, but
the
that
finish was
ruined-
not good.
They
Yeah.
ruined the whole match for me.
That's why I think
Triple H has got to make it right.
Yeah.
I think Clash of the Castle we might see Gunther versus Randy for bragging rights.
Or maybe wait till have the Cleveland for SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't they? I think.
Well,
SummerSlam-
Gunther. Well,
that would be the title match with
Yeah.
Cody.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have to have that
Oh,
match.
that's right. I
They're
forgot
gonna
about
have to have that
yeah.
match before then. But that ending was terrible.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
no,
Randy's shoulders is far from match.
Yeah.
Gunther wouldn't
Yeah.
face Cody. He would face for their respective
Yeah.
brands. So Gunther will be going for the world heavyweight. If
Yeah.
Randy would have won, he would have went for
Well,
Cody.
that's true.
Yeah.
So
But anyways, I think it was garbage. It ruined the match for me.
They did have good chemistry. I
They
thought
did.
yeah, it did.
some of the moves they did. I mean, the pace of it was great. But
Yeah,
you're
it was-
right. The finish. It's crazy how 10 seconds of like a 20-minute match can ruin
Ruin the whole
the
thing.
Yes,
entire thing.
absolutely. I do like this whole deal with the bloodline
Yeah.
with Solo and Tonga. What? I'm kind of intrigued on where we go with Paul Heyman.
Yeah. Because he looks like
He's
He's
like,
not on board.
there's a split coming at some point.
there's a huge split coming.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be Kevin Owens is going to come back, and him and Orton are going to. I think that's when you're going to see Paul Heyman leave.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think Kevin and Randy will start the dismantle of the bloodline.
Yeah.
The fan in me wants Roman to come finish it.
You're right. Yeah.
I want Roman to come finish off the bloodline
Yeah.
because Because you can't have. Here's the thing. I was talking to somebody. They're like, "Oh, we can have two." No, you can't have two bloodlines.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Can't do it.
It's the NWO
You
written
can't have
all over.
No.
Yeah.
And that was terrible.
Yeah.
That part of WCW was awful. You can't have the Wolf Pack and the NWO
Hollywood
and
and, yeah.
this and that. No.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden they come back together at the Finger Poke of Doom, the worst thing
The
that ever
finger-
happened in professional
The
wrestling.
worst.
It's not even close.
Yes, not even close. So I want to see Roman just mantle it.
Yeah. Boy, that pop is gonna be
Listen,
unreal.
But I want it. I want it to pop to the old Roman music. This tribal chief music
Yeah.
is garbage.
You don't like it? You don't like his
No.
takes him 15
I
minutes
like
to get to the ring?
I don't.
The hot, like it just, you know,
But there's
the
not
God
even-
mode. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
he says.
I get it, but like
Yeah.
I miss that.
Yeah.
You know, like
The
the
old
Roman
Shield
Empire
music.
one.
yes,
Yeah.
the old like some of the old Shield music
Yeah.
is amazing. Where are they going with Braun Breaker?
Yeah,
Rick Steiner's son.
I think he
I don't
actually
know.
is like upset. Like
Yeah.
in real life, he's not
Dude.
happy with his booking.
that dude is fast.
Yeah, because I think he knows his talent, his ability.
I think
They're so top heavy because you still got Logan Paul in the mix. I still think he's dropping that belt to LA Knight at some point. Because
You think so?
remember that confrontation they had on SmackDown before
I think
King
it's
of the
coming
Ring?
in SummerSlam because
Yeah.
I think Triple
Yeah.
H is going to get LA Knight right because that Saudi they love LA Knight.
Yeah.
They absolutely
France
for him.
loved him.
France, that pop he
Yeah.
got in France.
And I keep seeing all these house show pops that every
Yeah.
time his music hits, it just
I
he's
think
still-
his time
he's
has
still
arrived.
over.
I think Triple H has hit a home run with LA Knight.
yeah.
He's
But,
not.
but you got to put a belt on him.
You got to.
got-
You don't
put
have to put the belt. You got to
No.
put a belt.
Well, if you don't put the United States, you better put him in the Money in Bank ladder
Right.
match and have him win it this
yeah,
year.
yeah,
But I like the United States title on him.
Yeah.
And I think I kind of like that. I like the idea of Triple H maybe taking his time.
Yeah.
Putting it on him.
right.
Yeah.
But I think him and Logan Paul.
They'll have some good
They'll
chemistry.
have
'Cause Logan
Logan-
Paul, listen, I don't like him as
Yeah.
a person, him or his brother, but the boy can wrestle.
He can wrestle. He's a good promo.
He is a good promo.
Guys can go at him, and he takes it well.
Man, but
He's a
Cody-
great heel.
Yeah.
Cody done a phenomenal job.
Yes, he did. Yeah, that was a great match.
His
Dude, that,
promos were
Cody's promos were the
Yeah.
best he's ever cut.
yeah.
But the in-ring performance that Cody had against Logan
yeah,
Paul,
it's great. And
unbelievable.
I
Him
love-
selling
yeah.
the ribs, dude.
Well, he sold the ribs, but the Cody cutter off the guardrail onto
Yeah.
the table.
Yeah.
I mean, Logan Paul's frog splash and then the camera shot, the
Dude.
360
Yeah, that
while
was-
he's drinking
yes.
prom. That was
Yes,
That was pretty
done
cool,
the best
dude.
job.
Yeah.
yeah. The wrestling is just. I mean, it's gotten so much better.
It has. It really.
Yeah.
Has.
But
I'm not big on the women's side of it right now.
that's where the biggest story in WWE is right now because someone's contract is coming up this weekend.
Who's?
Becky Lynch.
Because, I mean, she even said it after the show. She
Yeah.
said, I'm getting my rematch because my contract clause says I get a guaranteed rematch back. So,
But I know her husband's hurt. It's going to be out for a while. But, he's never going to leave WWE.
She's not going anywhere.
And, AEW is.
It's garbage.
Why would you go over there? Because, you've seen what they've done with Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné, whatever her name
Dude,
is.
they've ruined her.
They've ruined her. They're
They've
paying her a
ruined her.
lot of money.
They are, but
they've ruined her. They're which, this kind of good deals with the NBA a little bit. Their TV deal is not nearly at all what they think they're going to get.
No.
It's going to be a little bit higher than what they've got right now, but key words a little bit. It is not anywhere near what they think because
she's not going anywhere. I don't
yeah.
think. My personal opinion.
yeah, she might just be fooling us all and working us all that, all of that going on
maybe
with
she
that
takes a
match.
break.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe they're trying to have another kid.
Wow.
Possibly.
I never thought about that.
What about this deal with Judgment Day and Braun Strowman?
Yeah.
Dude, that's a
Yeah.
monster. I know they call him
Yeah.
that.
But he's a
dude
massive
is-
human being.
That
He
is-
is, I
that
mean,
is
his
just-
speed, I'm talking
To
about his
be-
speed.
To be
Talk about
that
Braun's
big
speed.
and that fast, that's not fair.
That's scary.
Yeah.
I mean, could you imagine if he really got pissed off out there?
Yeah. Dude, that you
Yeah.
saying that, remember the, was it the Rumble match when he and Brock?
Yeah, he accidentally tagged
he
him.
gave Brock that knee.
Yeah.
And Brock punched him, and he was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. You need to chill out, dude. He said, chill out, bro.
yeah." And listen, he's still my guy.
Yeah.
To a certain extent. Strowman don't want no part of Brock
No,
in a real fight.
No.
And that's the guy that I'm waiting on the music.
They're kind of
They're hinting it.
exactly. Exactly.
What about Brock and Braun Breaker?
Oh, I'd love it.
Oh man,
That
would be a good
SummerSlam?
match
That
to
would
come
be
out
a-
to.
Oh,
Be a great match to come back to.
yes, great match. You pushing this guy who's kind of like the modern day Goldberg,
right? Which I just watched his A&E biography the other day.
Oh.
I can't stand watching Goldberg stuff. Just
You weren't a Goldberg guy?
not really. I think it's just with his personality and overall him. From the stories I've heard about possibly hurting people, is he like that part of it?
I just don't think he was a good wrestler. That's what hurt people.
I mean, and
I don't
exactly,
think he
that
did it on
point, yeah.
purpose.
I mean, he went from not wrestling at all to world champion within a year.
Yeah.
I mean, part of that's on WCW. They really they pushed him. They made him into kind of a one-note wrestler. We're going to do 2 to 3 minute squash matches, spear, jackhammer, scream, 1, 2, 3. And then, and all of a sudden now, we're going to put you in the ring with Hulk Hogan. You got to go 20 minutes.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Then again, Goldberg, I think he's not the best wrestler. I think that's kind of why his strength, overall, because, I mean, we all saw it.
Yeah.
He ended Brett's, career.
Yeah,
off
I'm
of
still
that.
kind
But listen,
bitter
guys,
over
there's a
that.
little talk that Brett done it. They think Brett messed up. I guess that's our whole nother show and to really get some research in it. But
Yeah.
I've watched a couple of video clips and they say that Brett stepped into that.
Yeah,
never know.
yeah, you never know. I mean, still, Goldberg was it's a crazy man at that point in time.
Are we going to see Otis just take Chad Gable's head off?
We hope so.
I hope so.
We
I
hope
think
so.
We got to. Don't we?
Yeah.
I got to
We
see
have
the
to.
worm and the pelvic thrust and the elbow from Otis on
Yeah.
Chad Gable.
We got that. That might be a SummerSlam match.
That'd be a good one.
How
that would be a good
how
one.
about in 2 years they're going to go to 2 nights SummerSlam?
Yeah, I did see about that.
When
Yeah,
they're
I
in
think it's
Minneapolis.
big because it's the second biggest
Well,
show on there.
So
It is,
are they
but
going to
they're
do
gonna
like
have to do a lot? 'Cause
Yeah.
WrestleMania was amazing,
yeah
and they're gonna. But right now, I guess you say 2 years. So yeah, but like right now they don't have the guys to do 2 nights.
Right.
Yeah.
With Roman out, Seth out.
yeah but
think
it
that's
is
the
in 2
issue
years,
with the-
which is
with the-
which
with
is
the-
why they can go ahead and start
Planning.
Yeah,
planning ahead.
with the PLEs, like we've seen it, they've only had like 5 matches,
yeah
and so I mean I think that might play in their hands a little bit. Maybe have 5 matches on one night, 5 on the other night, where it's not like a huge WrestleMania type of thing, but it's 2 PLEs in 2 nights.
Right.
So you can look at it from that standpoint.
I still kind of want to go back to the old school, the big 4. You do the Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Survivor
Maybe.
Series.
Survivor Series.
Yeah,
And I want Survivors. I loved the traditional 4-man
Yeah.
or 5-man, however you want to do it,
Yeah.
4-man tag team match elimination.
yeah. And
But
now it's now
will
it's
say-
War Games.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
that.
I just-
But I do like the War Games idea,
Yeah.
though.
See,
But
I-
I think that also kind of goes with Cody coming back, and then
His dad,
Dusty.
yeah.
It was Dusty's
And
match.
like the Royal Rumble, I understand we still get the Royal Rumble, but sometimes it's not the same.
Right. Yeah.
No,
You're right.
SummerSlam has always been fairly good, and listen, Triple H knocked it out of the park at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
That's one of the best WrestleManias
Yeah.
we've ever
And
had.
and
think
let's
that's probably the best one.
the pay-per-views after that haven't been bad either.
They haven't been bad, no.
Yeah, they've been pretty decent.
I got tickled at some of the comments that was on the Saudi show with the women. People didn't understand that.
Yeah.
Because of the uniform, the clothing they were having,
Yeah,
where they
'cause-
can't show their skin.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Liv and Becky were out there
In
full of
bodysuits, yeah.
bodysuits. Yeah. And I'd seen somebody say, "Well, why is that?" And I'm like, "Because you're in Saudi Arabia and you
Yeah.
can't."
And also,
Yeah.
they got a lot of money.
Oh,
Yeah, they
man,
paid them a lot of
them
money.
Saudis paid them very
Yeah.
well to come over there. Guarantee it.
Yeah, Vince set them up really well with that whole deal. Whether if you agree or not that they're in Saudi Arabia, that's one thing, but money talks, people.
Oh, absolutely.
Money
it does.
absolutely talks. Well, guys, coming up next will be our final segment of the show. We've had some built-up rants. I don't know if I do or not, but we'll see what we got going.
I'm coming. With
You
the
got
thunder.
one? All right. Well, that's coming up next here on X Sports Live here on the Backporch Sessions.
Free summer movies are back at Crockett Cinemas in Lawrenceburg. Stop by for a new movie each week on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. This summer, the theater will be showing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Trolls Band Together, Paw Patrol the Mighty Movie, Despicable Me, Migration, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Each movie will begin at 11 a.m. at Crockett Cinemas in Lawrenceburg.
It's the Story Leaf Furniture Memorial Day Sale. This is
The Hidden Garden, located just off the square in downtown Lawrenceburg, is your hometown oasis for massage, aesthetics, full hair and nail services, and body waxing. Gift certificates are available, and be sure to follow them on Facebook for their specials. The Hidden Garden, your peace, your place. 222 Pulaski Street, Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, or phone 931-762-9799.
Hey everyone, this is Landon Saunders.
And this is Nate Patterson with Cloud9 Fiber.
We're excited to finally be able to offer Lawrenceburg our blazing fast, reliable, and affordable fiber internet services.
If you're looking for a more reliable and more affordable provider, we at Cloud9 Fiber have you covered.
Plans start at $50 a month, and we can offer up to a gigabit to your home or business.
We are excited to be able to offer your first month of service entirely free. We encourage you to sign up on cloud9fiber.com or by calling 931-201-9098 so we can help you make the switch today.
At C&B Linen, fast, friendly, and reliable service is our promise to you. Because you're not just a customer, you're family. From multi-use linen to branded floor coverings and a complete range of cleaning supplies, C&B Linen is here to make sure you have everything you need. From our high-quality products to our fast, friendly, and reliable service, you'll experience the difference with C&B Linen. Because you're not just a client, you're part of our family. You'll be winning with C&B Linen.
Swap and Shop Center in Lawrenceburg is your go-to stop to complete your home, business, a combination of both, or really anything you can think of. With one of the region's biggest selection of bedroom furniture, name brand mattresses, recliners, living room and dining room suites, accents for the home or office, quality name brand appliances, and did I mention Swap and Shop Services, what they sell? This is family owned and operated business at its best. And the best part is, they'll treat you like family too.
We got bedroom suites, mattresses, dining room suites, appliances, outdoor equipment, mowers, and more. See us at Swap and Shop Center in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
A local law firm respected throughout the state. Generations of clients have turned to Boston, Holt, and Durham since 1948. We assist individuals and businesses with their legal needs, including real estate, property closings, personal injury, employment discrimination, and family law. Our clients get the personal attention and convenience of a hometown law firm with the resources and ability to handle any case. Come see us at Boston, Holt, and Durham.
Arctic Air keeps your home or business comfortable. For more than 20 years, we've provided outstanding residential and commercial services through Southern Middle Tennessee. Whether you need assistance with your heat, air conditioning, preventive maintenance, or anything in between, trust our reliable team to get the job done. We'll take the time to figure out your specific needs and recommend what we believe is right and best for your situation.
We've been using Arctic Air for over 15 years now. Their service is great, they're here when we need them, and their prices are competitive. They take the worry out of the heat and air so I don't have to.
Arctic Air. When you need us, we'll be there.
Financial advisor Scott Beasley knows time spent with family is everything. As a founder of Beasley Wealth Management, His mission is to give clients the freedom to enjoy time with family without the burden of financial concerns. A local of Lawrenceburg, Scott deeply values building relationships with clients, ensuring they make informed decisions concerning asset management, tax planning, and retirement planning, offering a free initial consultation. Beasley Wealth Management helps clients pursue their aspirations with confidence.
Do you have a small farm, a big farm, or just critters in the backyard to feed? If you answered yes to any of those questions, then you need to make the short drive down to A&B Feeds in Etheridge, Tennessee today. Owner and operator Jamie Ayers has you covered and will treat you right. That's A&B Feeds in Etheridge, Tennessee.
Got a dent, a ding, a scratch, or a bent fender? Major or minor, Car Country Collision Center in Leoma can fix you up. Car Country works with all insurance carriers, gives free estimates, can work on foreign and domestic vehicles, and has experience you can trust. They've been in business since 1990. Unfortunately, accidents happen, but you can get your car back on the road with as little hassle as possible with the help of Car Country. Call 931-852-4708 or stop by at 2567 Highway 43 South in Leoma.
This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome back here to X Sports Live. It's the Backporch sessions going on here, guys. And now it's time for our rant segment here. It's been a while since we've ranted. Hayden, you got anything?
I'm good, man. I ain't got nothing really going on. It's been a good week. You know, summer overall has been pretty good. Just been working a little bit, been a little busy with work, but hey, it's nothing like,
He's a full-time worker now.
Full-time, yeah.
Man.
Got that
Kevin's
degree.
wearing them out over there.
Kevin, if you're watching, you're being too rough on him. He was crying earlier about how rough he was being.
Yeah,
on him.
man, Kevin, I'm gonna have to take a few days off from Kevin. I gotta get away. He's putting me to work too much.
Man, maybe you can go work with Ben. If you go to work with Ben, you want to work hard.
No, we're already doing the studio too.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the studio to get done. Y'all
Blah, blah, blah. I like this back porch myself.
Back porch is pretty good.
Yeah. I got to clean it up next time. If we've
next time we could come with the grill going.
Yeah, college football,
the grill going. Little ribeye steak in
got
there.
the smoker in the building out here. I might do that next Thursday. I think that's a good idea.
Smoke wings.
Yeah,
smoke wings.
I'm loving the idea of that.
Hey, I'm getting down.
All right. Well, I'll do my rant before yours.
All
But I was listening to a podcast, and they said where they went back and watched this '93 Western Conference Finals between the Suns and the Sonics. Now, I'm an old school Seattle Sonics fan. That should be their next expansion team is back in Seattle.
Absolutely.
It should be. I hope so. Call them the Sonics, whatever the case may be. It's the one thing that really stuck out to me from that. Now, I watched basketball in the '90s. I knew what it was, knew what to expect. But it's amazing how good of a game flows when they don't complain about every call in between every stoppage of play.
Great point.
There was one guy. And it was Joey Crawford that was calling the game. They had Steve Javie in it as well. One guy got upset over a Joey Crawford call, and his teammates stood in front of him, and Joey Crawford pushed him away, and Joey finally chased him down and finally gave up on it. That was the only time they got the foul. They might not have liked it, but they didn't complain. They just played on. And guys, the flow of that game was so much better than what you watch in an NBA game today. It just is. We talked about Luka. We talked about LeBum. We talked about all of these guys. Every time they don't get a foul, they complain. You see it at the college level, you see it at the high school level. I mean, officials aren't going to get it right. They're going to get some wrong, and they're going to get some really wrong at times. But my God, you don't need to complain on every single blown whistle.
There's not been a foul committed this year in the playoffs.
Wasn't in the whole regular season.
No, I mean, because everybody gets foul called when it's not foul.
Yeah, and with the player, this is what they do every time. They look at their bench, head coach.
Yeah.
Every time. Every time. Challenge it.
Yeah, there wasn't.
And they look at the review computer for. Do y'all remember the Western Conference Finals between the Clippers and the Phoenix Suns?
Yes.
They looked at that monster for 45 minutes with 2 minutes left in the game. Everybody was they were worn out. Everybody's ready to go home.
And now you got to sit down, cool off, and then try to get going again. Yeah. Well, you're right. It's a great point.
It's a good point. Yeah,
they had no reviews, and I'm an instant replay proponent. I'd rather them get it right than I don't care how long it takes. I'd rather them get it right than get it wrong within a reasonable amount of time. But there wasn't a complaint on every foul call, where they were doing the whole thing, or they're going over, taking up the official's time, or whatever the case may be. It just felt like it flowed so much better.
Doubt, no doubt.
Without a doubt, yeah.
All right, buddy.
Well, my rant, I wanted to be sports related, but it's really not. My rant is on something that we all need to hear: respect. And we've talked about it before, and I've talked about it more than once on this show. Maybe not here on the Backporch, but anyways, what has happened to grown people not respecting other people?
I don't know.
I'm going to say it, and I don't know who this guy was. His tag was Murray County. He may have bought the car in Murray County. He may be your next door neighbor for all I know. Don't care.
He's not.
He's not. He's not.
Yeah, we just want to make that clear. It's not him.
He's not over.
Yeah.
I had a guy confront me this past weekend at Kroger about the parking spot I was in. And the guy was very, very confrontational, saying that I was parking in a grocery pickup spot. Well, most people that watch y'all know me, and most people while you're watching know me. Don't come at me sideways, because I'm gonna bring it back to you. I'm not just gonna let it roll off.
Right.
Not gonna happen. So of course, me being Dusty, I called the guy out of his vehicle, which he didn't get out. But very disrespectful, just over a parking spot.
Yeah.
Now, I will say this. I will give the guy some little bit of props that he come inside the grocery store and found me to shake my hand and tell me he was sorry. But after the point to where it got that I tried to call him out of his vehicle and all that. But all that to say this, we got to do better with respect.
100%.
Yep.
And I know we see it everywhere, not just me, y'all. Anybody watching this show, listening to us, whatever, we go everywhere. We go places, work, Walmart. It don't matter where you're at. Just be respectful.
Right. Yeah.
Be respectful. And I know that times are different, and I feel like everybody's entitled.
Yeah.
Like it's okay just to be a tailhole. I mean, I feel like that's that's what it's come down to.
Yeah.
Because if you say something, now you're being, you can't be sensitive.
Right.
But if I got anything to say, let's be respectful.
Right.
And be respectful of other people and the things that they have going on.
Yeah.
And that's it. We could just do better.
Yep, we can.
And do better in every aspect of it. And just to, we talked about the front of the show, how everyone's really excited about all these young kids we got coming up. But I will say, and I've heard this from coaches, parents, and administrators, they're excited about the kids. They're not exactly excited about their parents. So I think that when it comes to the world of sports, that same respect should be shown to the coaches, to the administrators, to our officials, on down the line.
And I'll speak, and I know I'm just a helper with X Sports Network, and I'm thankful for it. But I will say this: if we see any disrespect,
we will call it out.
Yeah,
I will call you out.
Yeah.
And I don't have the authority to block you because I don't have that button, but this guy right here does.
We've done it.
We've done it.
We've
and
done
we'll
it several
do
times.
again.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to put up with any.
No, especially
these are
kids.
Calling out a kid.
Yeah.
You're not going to do it. You're not going to do it on X Sports, anyways.
Yeah. We don't. We already handled that idiot.
Yeah, and that's a. I want people to really let that sink in. That what we do is for the kids. It's for the parents, the grandparents that can't make it to games. It's for these kids to be able to take videos and send them off to their colleges. And it's not here to bash and be disrespectful.
Right. Yeah, we're not going
It's
to
here
put
for
up
the
with
benefit
it.
of those who, like the grandparents, are possibly in the hospital or they're long distance away where they can't travel for the game.
I
and
think
also,
about parents that travel.
Yeah.
With their jobs. I have one. She graduated this past year, but Cammie Pig's dad. I've talked to him before. He's got to watch his daughter play basketball through X Sports while
Yeah.
he's traveling with his job.
Right. Yeah.
That's what it's about.
That's what it's about, man. Yeah,
You know, so you're right. Yeah.
it expands to all areas of life.
It's not just being at Kroger or Walmart or your job or at school. It's everywhere.
And if everyone just treated each other with the golden rule, treat each other the way you want to be treated.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if you want respect, you got to treat other people with respect. Just how it happens.
Yeah, you know, the whole thing about earning respect is like it's thrown out the window nowadays, but it shouldn't be.
Right.
You know, we wasn't raised that way.
No, we weren't. No, but there's a subset of people, and it's just getting bigger, and bigger, just full of entitled idiots. They just are what they are.
That word that's a huge word, entitled, and there's so many people taking advantage of it.
Yeah. You're right, man. You're right. Well, guys, it's been fun to be on the back porch.
Man, I really like
I think we're going to do this all summer.
I'm down.
I'm down for it.
We'll get the rest of the crew out here with us here shortly. You know, Mike's back from school, and we're happy to have him back. And we'll get Clint back on board as well. And we're going to fill up this couch. We might even bring some guests out here. Who knows? We got some topics lined up that we've been talking about that we're going to do some deep dive. I think you want to do worst contracts in sports next week.
I like it.
I like that.
Yeah.
I got one. Mine's all time.
We got to do the over/under for college football SEC like we did last year. That's going to be a big show.
We don't have a big tournament. We got to worry about this year with the rain delay. I hate it. I missed that out. So back porch sessions here all summer long. But for now, for Dusty, for Hayden, this is AJ Good here on the X Sports Network. We will see you guys tomorrow night for our ceremony. Starts at 5 o'clock, Crockett Cinema. Anyone can come. But if not, you can watch it right here on the X Sports Network. But for now, have a great evening.
This is the